Hi, I'm Alexandra. This year I'm 11 years old. In this fourth video on my series on the major scale and guitars, I will be presenting the caged diatonic patterns. As promised, I will be deriving them from the Eros mask pattern. First, I will review the Eros mask pattern. Then I will derive the caged patterns and play Scarborough Fair in each pattern. Lastly, I will introduce a special 5-point circle that is used to help us find the pattern and tonic octave position necessary to play diatonic modes.
The nearest neighbor Eros mask pattern is a repetitive unit that covers one octave. It is made up of two subunits, the near double-sided arrow and the far double-sided arrow. The near double-sided arrow is formed by two arrows pointing away from each other and connected through degree 2. The near arrows are 712 and 234. The far double-sided arrow is also formed by two arrows pointing away from each other. However, the arrows are connected by the mask, which contains degrees 5 and 6. The two far arrows are 345 and 671. Note that the arrows from the neighboring double-sided arrows interlock through their tip, and they are the only ones to do so. For two arrows to interlock, one must be a near arrow and the other a far arrow. The nearest neighbor pattern is very useful for playing music on one string. As we have seen in the second lesson on the major scale, we use the pattern to play Scarborough Fair on the G string. If we throw away every other arrow or mask in the repeated pattern, we obtain the next nearest neighbor Eros mask pattern. This is a geometric arrangement that covers two octaves. I like to think of it as a bandit wearing a mask toward which four arrows are pointing. The near arrows, 234 and 712, are nearest to the mask, as their name suggests. The far arrows, 671 and 345, are further from the mask. It is very useful to remember that the name of an arrow tells the location of the nearest mask. The next nearest neighbor Eros mask pattern is most useful for crossing strings. You can play every single arrow or mask in order on consecutive strings, taking advantage of the fact that the arrows and the mask in the pattern are always separated by major second intervals. Those are intervals of 2 semitones in size.
In the first video, more so the third video, I showed you how to play major seconds across neighboring strings. Let's recap. First, here's how to play a major second on the same string. Two frets toward the bridge, which represents the 2 semitones in the major second. Here's how to play one across neighboring strings. 3 frets toward the nut, which is the same as -3 displacement. Remember that when we play the major second across the strings G and B, the displacement becomes -2, or 2 frets toward the nut. Now we'll play an exercise to remember how to play major seconds across neighboring strings. And descending. Here's the strategy we're going to use. On the low E string, we'll follow the nearest neighbor Eros mask pattern. 7, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 1. This pattern repeats itself after an octave, which is equivalent to 12 frets. Starting with the arrow or mask on the lowy string, I will play the next nearest neighbor arrow's mask pattern across strings. I'll make sure to jump a major second after each arrow, like this. So 1, 2, major second, 3, 4, 5, major second, 6, 7, 1, major second, 2, 3, 4, major second, 5, 6, major second, 7, 1, 2, and descending. 2, 1, 7, major second, 6, 5, major second, 4, 3, 2, major second, 1, 7, 6, major second, 5, 4, 3, major second, 2, 1, 7. I call this pattern the first pattern because the tonics for the Ionian mode, aka the natural major scale, the most important scale, is in the first octave position, or the E shape. I introduced octave shapes in my third AMP video. The tonics for the Ionian mode are degree 1, which in this case is a G, which means we're in the key of G major. The tonics for Dorian are degree 2, which in this case is A, which means we're also in the key of A Dorian, which is the key we play Scarborough Fair in. So let's play Scarborough Fair in the key of A Dorian. 2, 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 3, 2, 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 7, 5, 6, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2. We will practice playing Scarborough Fair in all 5 patterns. In this first pattern, there are 2 octaves you can play Scarborough Fair in. Now let me play it in the higher pitched octave. 2, 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 3, 2, 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 7, 5, 6, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2. So now let's play the second pattern. Don't forget to properly fret the major second intervals across strings. 2, 3, 4, major second, 5, 6, major second, 7, 1, 2, major second, 3, 4, 5, major second, 6, 7, 1, major second, 2, 3, 4, and descending. 4, 3, 2, major second, 1, 7, 6, major second, 5, 4, 3, major second, 2, 1, 7, major second, 6, 5, major second, 4, 3, 2. I call this pattern the second pattern because the tonics for the Ionian mode are in the second octave position or the D shape. Now let's play the second pattern without fretting the major second intervals. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And descending. 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So let's play Scarborough Fair. 2, 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 3, 2. 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 7, 5, 6. 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. 2, 6, 2, 2. Let's move on to the third pattern. Again, we apply the same strategy by playing the nearest neighbor Aorist mass pattern on the low E string. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. This is the arrow we will play the next nearest neighbor Aorist mass pattern on. Now let's play it, and I'll make sure to correctly fret the major second intervals across strings. 3, 4, 5, major second, 6, 7, 1, major second, 2, 3, 4, major second, 5, 6, major second, 7, 1, 2, major second, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, major second, 2, 1, 7, major second, 6, 5, major second, 4, 3, 2, major second, 1, 7, 6, major second, 5, 4, 3. I call this pattern the third pattern because the tonics for the Ionian mode are in the third octave position or the C shape. Let's play the third pattern without playing the major second intervals. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And descending. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Let's play Scarborough Fair. 2, 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 3, 2. 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 7, 5, 6. 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. 2, 6, 2, 2. What about the fourth pattern? Well, to get the fourth pattern, we're going to apply the same strategy we used for every other pattern. We're going to play the nearest neighbor Aorist mass pattern on the low E string. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. This is the mask, and from where we're going to be playing the next nearest neighbor heirs mask pattern from, across strings. Now let's play it with the major seconds. 5, 6, major second, 7, 1, 2, major second, 3, 4, 5, major second, 6, 7, 1, major second, 2, 3, 4, major second, 5, 6, and descending. 6, 5, major second, 4, 3, 2, major second, 1, 7, 6, major second, 5, 4, 3, major second, 2, 1, 7, major second, 6, 5. Now listen, I call this pattern the fourth pattern because the tonics for the Ionian mode are in the fourth octave position or the A shape. Let's play the fourth pattern without the major second intervals. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and descending. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5. And now I'm going to play a song that you've never heard before. 2, 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 3, 2, 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 7, 5, 6, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 6, 2, 2. Finally, we'll study the fifth pattern. The strategy remains the same. We'll play the nearest neighbor heirs mask pattern on the low E string. Seven, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 1. This is the arrow that will start the next nearest neighbor heirs mask pattern across strings. Let's play it with the major seconds. 6, 7, 1, major second, 2, 3, 4, major second, 5, 6, major second, 7, 1, 2, major second, 3, 4, 5, major second, 6, 7, 1, and descending. 1, 7, 6, major second, 5, 4, 3, major second, 2, 1, 7, major second, 6, 5, major second, 4, 3, 2, major second, 1, 7, 6. This last pattern is referred to as the fifth pattern because the tonics for the Ionian mode are in the fifth octave position or the G shape. Now let's play the pattern without major seconds. 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6. And for the grand finale, I will be playing our latest composition, Scarborough Fair. 2, 2, 6, 6, 3, 4, 3. arrow comes a 7-1-2 arrow. But this arrow does not start a new pattern because we've seen it here. And that arrow starts the first pattern. There are 5 caged patterns because there are 4 arrows and 1 mask in the arrows mask pattern. Some people claim that there are 5 caged patterns because there are 5 differently tuned strings in standard tuning. But it does not matter how many strings you have, nor the tuning. There will always be 5 caged patterns. The tuning, though, will affect the major second displacements. When I name the patterns, I base it off the octave positions formed by the tonics of the Ionian mode. Other guitar players might base it off of other modes, such as Aeolian or even Mixolydian. But don't be confused because we're referring to the same patterns. I refer to the first pattern as the first Ionian or natural major position. Position, not pattern. Unlike other guitar players, I put a difference between the two. But again, we're still referring to the same thing. Soon you'll see why. Let's go back to the first pattern in the key of G. Tonic to tonic, this is how you play the natural major scale. Our song is played in a Dorian scale. To play a Dorian scale, all we have to do is start on degree 2 and then end on degree 2. Here are the tonics. They form the 5th octave position, which means that the first pattern is also the 5th Dorian position. Here's how the Dorian sounds like. Moving on to the Phrygian mode. It starts and ends on degree 3. The tonics are in the 4th octave position. Here's how you play the Phrygian mode. So, the first pattern can also be referred to as the 4th Phrygian position. The Lydian mode starts and ends on degree 4. Its tonics are in the same octave position as Phrygian's tonics. Here's how you play the Lydian mode. So, the first pattern can also be called the 4th Lydian position. Moving on to the Mixolydian, it starts and ends on degree 5. Its tonics are in the 3rd octave position. Here's how you play the Mixolydian mode. The first pattern can also be called the 3rd mixolydian position. The Aeolian mode starts and ends on degree 6. Its tonics are in the second octave position. Here's how you play the Aeolian mode. The first pattern can also be referred to as the second Aeolian position. Finally, the Locrian mode. It starts and ends on degree 7. The tonics form the same octave position as the Ionian. Here's how you play it. So, the first pattern can also be named the first Locrian position. We can summarize our findings for the first pattern by way of a circular 5-point diagram. We arranged the modes so that the major scale degrees representing their tonics increase clockwise. These degrees are given on the exterior of the circle and are colored orange. The octave positions that the tonics form in the first pattern are given by the blue numbers shown in the interior of the circle. These so-called tonic positions increase counterclockwise. Another way of showing the tonic positions is as a displacement being added to the pattern. The advantage of this method is that the relationship works for all patterns, not only for the first pattern. The mathematical rule that must be employed is that a calculated absolute position must be modified by adding or subtracting 5, so that it becomes one of the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. For example, to play the Phrygian mode in the first pattern, the tonic position must be 1 minus 2 equals minus 1, which gets adjusted to 4 by adding 5. For another example, to play Aeolian in the fifth pattern, the tonic position must be 5 plus 1 equals 6, which gets adjusted to 1 by subtracting 5. Thus, the fifth pattern gives the first Aeolian position. This often is the very first position a guitar player learns. Conversely, if we want to play in a certain position, that is, if the tonic position is imposed, we can calculate the pattern needed to play a certain mode by changing the direction in which the displacements vary. For example, to play the mixolydian mode in the third position, the C shape, we must use the first pattern because 3 minus 2 equals 1. My experience so far has been that it's more useful to learn the degrees for all 5 patterns instead of relying on the 5-point circular diagram. The most important task for a guitar player is to be able to play any mode in any position. I'll work out 2 examples for you. For the first example, let's play G mixolydian in the third pattern. Because we're in the third pattern, the tonics will be on the strings A and B. It pays to know the notes on the fretboard. The G on the A string is on the 10th fret, and then we just play the third octave position. Because we're playing in mixolydian, these G's are 5s, so they can either be part of the 3-4-5 arrow or the mask. In this case, they're part of the 3-4-5 arrow. Now, because I know this arrow, I can see that we're in pattern 1. If you can't see this, then refer to the 5-point circular diagram. But with time and practice, you'll be able to figure it out. For the second example, I'll use D-flat Aeolian in the second position. Because we're in the second position, the tonics are located on the strings D and B. D flat on the D string is located on the 11th fret. And then I'll form the second octave position. Because we're playing the Ionian mode, the tonics are degree 6. This tonic toward the nut is part of the 6-7-1 arrow, and I immediately see that we're in the first pattern. If you could not tell what pattern we're in based on the arrows, the 5-point circle says 2 minus 1 equals 1, which confirms that we're using the first pattern. But I still recommend learning the arrows and degrees in all 5 patterns. It is useful beyond just knowing where to play the scales. Thanks for watching this video. Whenever you practice the patterns, make sure that you play Scarborough Fair or one of your favorite simple songs. It's hard work, but it will help you memorize the degrees. Goodbye, and please subscribe.